You're losing money every day and you don't even realize it. It's not just the big purchases, it's the small things, the little traps set by marketing teams, those emails that you click on. You're constantly losing money. By the time you figured it out, the money's already gone and it's too late. But today I'm going to expose exactly where your money is going and how you can stop it before it's drained from your account. So let's talk about the first one. This is bank fees. So how many times have you wanted to go to an ATM, but they charge you £1 to even take out your own money? That can happen a lot in London. The nearest ATM to where I live is outside a bank and they actually charge me money to take out my money, which is bonkers. So if you're constantly doing this, of course, it's just draining money from your account. But also things like overdraft fees, like late fees. If you're late paying your credit card back, you can of course get interest there, which drains your account. Same with an overdraft fee. So if you let your current account go into an overdraft, the bank will charge you for that. And there's other things that you may not be even thinking about. So let's say you have a 0% credit card. Usually these 0% credit cards is, let's say you want to buy a sofa, okay, and it's £5,000 and you've used a 0% credit card on that, but the term for the 0% is only for 12 months. So if you don't pay your £5,000 back within 12 months, it will go back to the standard APR interest rate, which is usually about 25%. So if you wait even a day past that 12 months, you'll have to pay interest on top of that £5,000. And people think that, if they go into things like a 0% loan or a 0% credit card, that it's actually doing them a favor, but oftentimes it's the opposite. If you can't afford something, you shouldn't be buying it on a credit card anyway. So if you really want that sofa that's £5,000 and you feel like you're getting a good deal because it's 0% and you won't be paying interest in that term. However, that's kind of how the shops trick you. They might be selling you a couch for £5,000 on a 0% loan. However, to buy it in cash, it might be £4,000. So you are actually paying an extra amount of money there because you're on their 0% loan. So it's things like this. There's like little tricks that companies do and banks do to take your money. But there's things that you can put in place to stop that. Obviously, don't let your account go into overdraft. You can do this by checking your bank account regularly, understanding what's going out of your account, as well as understanding the money that's coming in. Because if you set a budget for yourself, you'll never go into that overdraft fee and get charged for it. Same with your credit cards. Always make sure to pay off the full balance by the end of the month. And if you can't and you have to, leak it into future months for a future paycheck, make sure you always repay the minimum repayments on the credit cards. Otherwise, of course, you will get charged another fee. Number 2 is unused memberships or subscriptions. Now, this happened to me recently, right? And I'm still annoyed about it. I signed up for a free trial of, I think it was Skillshare, right? I'd seen it on a YouTuber's thing and I was like, do you know what? I want to be better with my editing. Let me just sign up for a free trial. I think it was for 30 days, right? And then after that point, I would get charged the full amount, but I was like, no, it's okay. I'll remember to cancel it. And what happened? I forgot to cancel it. And I think I got charged the annual subscription, which was £80, which is still a bit of a killer because I just wanted to watch one video and I forgot to cancel it. So this might be happening to you. When was the last time you looked at your bank account and understand, what things have you signed up to that you need to cancel? You might be on a free trial, but you'll get charged the full whack if you don't cancel it in time, like myself. Or even things like gym memberships. Are you paying £100 for a gym, but you only go twice a month? That is also a waste of money. And maybe you should sign up for things like ClassPass. Also be careful, they've got a £1 free trial where I think you can use it for like a month. But if you cancel it before, then you won't be charged anything extra. So there's a way that you can get stuff for a lot less and free, but you need to remember to actually cancel it in time before you get charged the full whack. So a way to counteract this is to, of course, put it into your calendar. By this date, you need to cancel it, and not just put in one reminder, but put in multiples for the days leading up to that point. And if you're paying a lot for a gym membership because you want to be healthy, but you're actually not using it at all, you should, of course, cancel it. There's loads of free stuff on YouTube. There's this great exercise lady, which I'll pop her name up here. I can't quite remember what it is off the top of my head, but she's amazing. This is not, a collaboration or anything like that. I just genuinely use her every now and again if I want to do a workout here at home. Or also things like running or cycling in a big city. That can also be a great way to get some exercise. Or you could walk your neighbor's dog and get paid and also get exercise. There's ways around things where you don't have to spend an awful lot or waste money or throwing it down the drain. You can maybe switch to a cheaper alternative. The third one is paying interest on debt. Now, hopefully no one watching here has massive debt, but let's be honest, a lot of people carry debt in their lives, whether it's student loans, whether it's a big car loan, or whether it's a personal loan or credit card loan that you've just happened to rack up. It's okay that you're in debt, but the most important thing is that that you get out of it. It's not okay to stay in it. So whether you're setting up a new loan for yourself or you currently have loans at the minute, it's important to understand the interest rate that you're on. Are you on a 20% interest rate for a car loan, which would be absolutely bonkers, but it happens? Is your student loan a private loan and maybe you're on 10% of an interest rate for that? Or are you on a credit card loan, which can be 25% or maybe higher depending on the company? So let me know down below, guys, what are your main debts and what are your main interest rates that you have on those debts? Because carrying a balance on a credit card can of course lead to extra interest payments that you have to pay the bank. So the rule of thumb is to really only use your credit card if you can afford to pay for something twice. So for example, if you want to go to the United Kingdom here on holiday, right? And let's say you live in Dubai and you want to get a flight from Dubai to London. If that's going to cost you $1,000, let's say, you should only put it on your credit card if you know you can pay that $1,000 off within the month, or you can afford to pay for it in cash. Just because you put something on a credit card, it doesn't mean that it's free money. It's money that you're borrowing from the bank. So unless you can afford to pay it back, you shouldn't ever pay for stuff on credit cards. So just be really cautious of the interest rates that you have on loans, or if you want to take out a loan in the future, understand the interest rate that you are going to sign up for before you sign up for it. Because a lot of the times these car companies, these secondhand car dealerships, they're not on your side. They may seem super nice, they may seem super friendly, but they're salespeople. They want to get their commission, they want to get their chunk of money. So they might put you on a higher interest rate. Let's say you've got a low credit score and they might say, hey, you can afford it if you take out our loan for the next 5 years. However, they might put you on a really high interest rate most likely, and you'll be stuck in a bit of a debt cycle for yourself and paying a lot more interest than you should be. I'll drop a link below to this debt calculator, and it shows you, hey, if you want to get a loan of 10 grand for the next 5 years at 8%, this is how much you would have to pay in interest on top of your loan. And it's just a great tool to understand how much interest you would have to pay in that situation, or if you're currently in a debt state, how to actually get out of it. Or if you have a lot of debt in your hands, I have done a previous video on this, which I'll pop below, which talks about the avalanche method or the snowball method for tackling your debt fast. The fourth point is not taking cashbacks or discounts seriously. I've been on this cashback thing called Quidco for many years, and I dip into it every now and again, but sometimes I forget about it. And essentially what it is if you know you need to buy something, that's the important thing. So if I know I need a toaster, my toaster's broken and I need to buy a toaster from Argos, right? I would log into Quidco first and check if they have any Argos discounts on there or cashback. So sometimes they might give you 10% cashback if you buy through Quidco. So if I buy a toaster for £30, okay, and they give me 10% cashback, I will get £3 back into my Quidco account that I can withdraw and put into my bank account, right? So you're not paying anything extra. You're not really, having to do anything extra. You're just clicking on a different link to buy something, but it's a way to get money back for yourself. So have any of you guys use cashback apps or cashback sites? And if you have, let me know down below the names of them. I use Quidco, but I know there's a lot more out there that people tend to use. And let's talk about discounts, okay? This is a way that people tend to lose money where they think they're saving. So if they walk down the street and there's a big sale on in their favorite clothes shop, and there's this dress that's usually £300 and incredibly expensive and luxurious, and they're like, it's 50% off, so I'm saving £150 here if I buy it. But that's not correct, because you're actually spending £150 that you would never have spent if you hadn't walked down that street. So sales can be very deceptive, and this is where people lose a lot of money here, because they buy stuff that they don't need because they're being conned into buying something on sale. So my tip for that is to only buy discounted stuff and stuff that's on sale if you actually genuinely need it. And a way to do this is, hey, maybe your armchair is a little bit broken, like mine is at the moment, right? And I know I need to buy an armchair, but I've also got other seats in my room that I can use, so it's not an urgent thing. So what I'm going to do potentially is wait until there's a big sale, like a Black Friday sale, like a Christmas sale, and then buy an armchair that I love for a fraction of the price. Or what I might do is to go on Facebook Marketplace, for example. I saw one recently where someone had bought a sofa from made.com, which can be $1,000, okay? And they were selling it for £200. So in that instance, it's like, yes, I would get a quality item here. I don't have to pay full price. I am getting a discount on something that I genuinely need. So to try and understand the difference there between a need and a want, do you need another dress even if you have 10 in your wardrobe that you don't actually wear? Or do you need a sofa that's actually broken and has a hole in it? Yes, that is kind of a need, right? And where can you get that for a discounted price? Facebook Marketplace, maybe eBay, or maybe just wait until that store that you love has a big sale on and then purchase it. The next tip on losing money without you even realizing it is buying cheap rather than quality. So if you opt for cheaper items that just break, you're more likely to have to buy them, repeatedly. So a good example of this is, of course, clothes. If you buy cheap clothes in Primark, no offense Primark, I used to buy stuff from there all the time, right? But if you buy, a t-shirt from there, a lot of the times you wash it a few times and it goes all weird and bobbly and misshapen, and you have to buy another t-shirt for a fiver again. Whereas if you were just to spend £30 on a t-shirt and that t-shirt, lasts you years, that's a better use of your money there. So if you're constantly buying stuff that's cheap, you're actually wasting more money than if you pay for something that's expensive and lasts an awful long time. This can also be things like kitchen equipment. If you buy a decent pan that's non-stick, that will of course last you years, rather than just picking up something cheap that after a month or so you feel like all your food is sticking to it and you have to buy another pan again. So don't be afraid to spend money on quality items that will last you a long time, because in the long term it will save you money there. The next tip is wasting food. So how many times have you opened up your fridge and there's a moldy carrot in there or a moldy potato and you're like, for feck's sake, I have to throw this out again? Sadly, about a third of the food that's produced globally goes to waste, which is absolutely crazy. And when you think about a household, about 19% of the food in a household goes to waste. So are you spending way too much on groceries and just binning a lot of it at the end of the week? If you used to live in a couple, or if you used to live in a household where there was multiple people, like a house share, and you used to buy a lot of groceries, but maybe now you live by yourself, you might be in the mentality of, keep overspending on food and then just throwing it away because it's just a habit of buying extra. Not only is this, of course, terrible for the environment, and there's a lot of people that go hungry in the world, so we shouldn't throw away our food, but you might just be overspending on food, or maybe you go into a supermarket and think, hey, I'm really hungry, so I'm going to just buy more stuff there because I'm hungry and I want to eat all the food. So a great way to counteract this is, of course, make a list like an old granny, okay? Write a list of all of the meal plans that you want to prep for that week and only buy the ingredients for that. So let's say you want a spaghetti bolognese on a Monday and an omelette on a Tuesday. You will buy a mince, spaghetti, tomatoes, basil, and then you would buy eggs, maybe some cheese, maybe some peppers for the omelette. Only buy the things that you're going to cook that week. Don't, buy oranges, pears, a melon all in the same week and it's just you that's going to eat it. You're most likely not going to cover all that food. You're not going to be able to eat all that food. Let me know down below, guys, do you ever throw away food at the end of the week? And what is the main food that you tend to throw away? For me, it tends to be things like spinach, things that just go off really quickly. Or I've eaten half an avocado and I've just forgotten to eat the other half, which is really sad because I love an avocado. But oftentimes, we don't clear out our fridge quick enough. We don't see what's in the back of the fridge. We don't understand what's actually in there before we do a food shop. So we might already have a carton of milk, but then we go to the shop and buy another carton without even looking in our fridge. So there's little things you can do for yourself there to save more money, to be better for the environment, to not waste food, and to actually eat healthier. So to prep your food plan for the week. What are the other things that you guys waste money on and you hadn't realized up to this point? Let me know down below and we can all learn on this journey. I'll pop 2 videos here which will help you guys on your saving journey and to prevent yourself from spending things on stuff that you don't need. If this video has been helpful, if you could subscribe and like, that would really help the channel out. I post 2 videos a week on personal finance and well-being, so if that is of interest to you, let me know down below and I'll see you soon, guys. Okay, bye.